When we talk about North Korea, most people will thought about maybe nuclear missile or Kim Jong-un or Donald Trump. But I'm going to talk about posters today because my guest today is Katharina Zellweger, visiting fellows from Stanford. And she is going to have an exhibition of North Korea posters in Hong Kong University.
That's right.
Yes, and welcome.
Thank you.
Well, let us start with how come you are interested in North Korea? How did it all start?
I am a humanitarian aid and development worker. I used to work in Hong Kong for Caritas. I used to work in China also for Caritas and in North Korea. And that started in 1995. In fact, that was my first visit to North Korea.
Wow, that was
Also
22 years ago.
That's right.
Wow.
Also, I had contacts to North Koreans as of 1993. So anyway, I then visited for the first time, never thinking that this would become a big involvement for me.
Such a long time.
And such a long time. So I would run the Caritas aid program for the Worldwide Caritas Confederation from 1995 to 2006.
Okay.
And then I joined the Swiss government to run their office in Pyongyang. I did that for 5 years.
So that was about 11 years ago.
2006 to
Yeah.
2011, that's
All
right.
Okay.
And then I left after 5 years. Then I was at Stanford for 2 academic years in residence. Now I'm still a visiting fellow there. And in addition to that, I run a small NGO out of Hong Kong, mainly for North Korea, for people with disabilities, and for deprived children.
Okay. So this time when you bring all these North Korean posters to Hong Kong, what's the main focus? Is it more on the propaganda side or more on the humanitarian side?
I would say none of the two, basically.
Oh, really?
Because what I did, I've always had an interest in art. And I just found these posters fascinating. So I started collecting. It didn't begin as a collection. So I can't even remember when I bought the first one.
All right.
But by now I have about 100.
Wow.
And they are not those political propaganda posters. There are more posters geared towards, I would say, public education. So
The livelihood of people.
the livelihood of people, like they are in culture, in agriculture, in health, sports, and so on.
All right. So I believe one of these is called more cotton, right? There's a lot of cotton.
Right, more cotton, right,
Yeah.
or more potatoes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, things like that.
So have you actually talked to the farmers in North Korea?
Of course, I've been to many, many cooperative farms in North Korea because we would support the agricultural sector, be it during my years with Caritas or be it with the Swiss government. So I've visited farms, I've visited many families because we used to provide food aid during the famine years. And I've been to almost probably all provinces in the whole country.
Wow. So how would you describe the North Koreans? And how is your image is different from, let's say, the Western media portrayed them?
Well, I think in the media, what do we hear? Nuclear issue, missile launches, Kim Jong-un as the head of the country, and still famine, also it is. Luckily, no longer a famine. It's still not good, but it's no longer famine. It's chronic food shortages or chronic malnutrition for some people. So that's what you know in the media. And with that, we tend to forget that there are 24 million people there who are not much different than you and I are. The same dreams and hopes. And that's the people I enjoy dealing with, and that's the people I also like to help if I can.
So, so you actually meet them for like sports, or how they play, or even how they make arts?
When I was living there, this would be something to do on Saturday afternoon.
Oh,
I would
okay.
go to the art galleries
All right.
or to the art studios and see what they have. And sometimes I would buy something, and sometimes they didn't have anything I liked. But
All
that
right.
was something I did quite often.
So you have met some of the artists for the
I
posters
have,
as
yes.
well? All right.
For paintings, I can't remember for posters, but
Okay.
paintings, yeah. Because I also have some paintings back in Switzerland.
I would be very interested, because for a country with obviously many problems and receiving aids from various parts of the world, how did they see art? How do they still see culture? And how do they see their culture is developing? That would be interesting to know.
I mean, this is what surprises a lot of people, that there is so much art. It's not just posters, it's also paintings and different kinds of paintings. And then music too, they love music. I had a friend some years ago who visited me for Swiss National Day.
Oh.
And he gave a fantastic performance. He's a pianist. And also a banker, I must add. He's not, the piano is the hobby. And he gave a fantastic concert with the Pyongyang Symphony Orchestra,
Wow.
Western classical music. So those are the sides of North Korea which many people simply don't know of and can't imagine that they exist.
I was once read an article who said that actually the North Korean is very strong followers or believers in Confucianism, or even to an extent is a very extreme form of Confucianism. Do you see any Confucianism elements in the posters, in the culture?
Not so much in the posters, I would say, or I haven't paid attention to that. But in daily life, you know, certain festivals are celebrated, and those are clearly Confucian's festivals.
All right.
Or also the funerals are very much like what I know from Hong Kong or China.
All right.
With the
So you have been to
customs
the
and
funerals
traditions.
too?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Wow.
So it's certainly there. It's still there.
When we go to see your exhibition, which started from the 29th of November, which is when we air this episode, all the way to the end of January.
That's right.
Yeah, in Hong Kong University. What should we expect, and how should we prepare ourselves psychologically? What should we see, and how can we learn more from this exhibition?
I think you will definitely not see the posters you see in the press usually. You will see the different ones, and that's what I really tried with my exhibition, to show a different story.
So how should we look at those posters from an artistic point of view? What should we look for?
I think it's a bit the old style of posters. You know, it may remind you of the posters we had in China, maybe even Cuba. I'm not so sure about that. I haven't been to Cuba. But I think look at the details too. And then we have translated the wordings. There are always slogans, short slogans like this is rice is socialism, is our socialism. Concentrate on farming with full mobilization and capability.
Yep.
So those are the slogans you have. So look at both, you will see that the slogans are either red or blue, and that the colors are usually very strong. And what's happening is that they have like an annual competition. They give out some themes, and then there is a competition, an artist draw these. They are all hand painted, by the way. So they paint the slogans, and then the winning posters are then multiplied by print. And then you see them across the whole country. And that's actually how it started, that I thought, oh, that's interesting.
But they are also available for purchase or something like that?
In some art galleries, yeah.
Okay, so you can actually buy them?
Buy them, yeah.
All right, okay. Yeah. So how many posters will be exhibiting this time? How many of them are you sure?
30, probably 30 to 40. I'm not sure, but I think it's
not all your collection.
No, the majority is still in Switzerland.
All right. So it will be starting on the 29th of November in the University Museum and Art Gallery. It will open from Monday to Sunday, and from Monday to Sunday is 9:30 to 6 p.m.
Something like
and on Sunday is from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So, Katharina, thank you so much for bringing all these posters to Hong Kong. Will you be visiting for the second round to show the rest of your collection?
If there is an interest, certainly.
Thank you very much.
But I'm in Hong Kong. I'm a Hong Kong resident, so I mean, I'm
good.
Permanent resident, so I'm still very Hong Kong.
I will be looking for the rest of the collection in the second round very soon. Thank you.
Nice.